couldn't find a stupid button. I'm like, okay, let's see. I'm 58. Where the hell is that button? I hope you can hear me okay. This is going to be good. Okay, so we are on day 5 of the wonderful gratitude challenge. Now, to be honest, I really didn't know how this was going to turn out. I just thought this was going to be, just kind of do it and get my drink over here. And, just show up and we'll just go into our gratitude thing. But little did I know that Spirit was going to have me doing all these little interesting things just to kind of bring awareness to abundance, to prosperity, to having things show up for you in your life. So this is going to be good because 2 things have happened. Hold that thought. I think I gave you guys the codes yesterday. I have to get my notebook. The codes that we did yesterday, we made note of. I'm already seeing results as it's only day 5. It's crazy. But I guess it's not really crazy because we're putting our intentions into what it is that we are manifesting here. Okay, so we're on day 5. Timelessness, that's what it moves into. So, let's talk about something. So yesterday, we went over numbers. I still want you to work with those codes. If you are new to this and you decided you want to be a part of this, you're only 5 days behind. That means if you start today, when we get to our 30 day and I say, okay, we're 30 days, you have to add on for yourself another 4 more days. So it'll equal out to 30 days for you. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about a prosperity number. And I decided to play with the numbers on a candle. And I said, well, I'm just gonna test this out. I'm just gonna, just do it anyway. So that resistance number is really important because whatever you're having resistance in, it really helps you to break free of the resistance that you would have, that would kind of be bothering you as far as what's your resistance. So that resistance number is going to be 5484916988719. Get a pen and paper. You got pen and paper? All right. So the resistance number again is going to be 5484916988719. All right. So write that down because what you're going to do is write that on a glass of water and you're going to drink that. But when you write it with a Sharpie, circle it and tap it 3 times. This is our doorway into when we take our clients into Spiral Light sessions. We infuse the waters with the codes. You are infused with the codes, and that's how it matches up, and that's how come you feel the results. So now we're going to talk about prosperity numbers. So get your pen and paper ready for this. And then you want to be able to write down the ingredients that I use to make the prosperity soup. So here it is. This is going to be prosperity. Prosper. T. Okay. 7142 7321 893. 7142 7321 893. Okay? Prosperity. Now, it's not enough just to have the prosperity. You have to have the codes to attract it. Are you ready? Let's attract it. Attract the money, or attract the currency, or attract the Bitcoin, or attract the silver, or attract the gold. Whatever your currency is that you're having intentions to attract, let's attract this. So now it's going to be 372 622 777. 372 622 777. Okay? So take those numbers if you want to be brave, and how I have mine is written on a candle, been using it. I'm using a yellow and a gold, and I'm going to tell you something that was interesting. I filed my taxes on Monday. Okay? Ever since I've worked or whatever, I filed my taxes. I don't care which ones I've ever worked with, if it was TurboTax or these other places, I never got my money back that fast. And since I've been working with the codes of that, I got my money back like in 3 days, 3 to 4 days at the most. I was just like, whoa. So I didn't check my bank account yesterday or anything, or the day before that. I go in there and check today, and they've already deposited my state refund. And I'm like, I got that so fast. And I was like, oh, that's right. I'm working with the codes. It kind of like, makes a little bit of way for you so that you can get your things. So I was just like, oh, okay. Got it. So, the prosperity soup. Before I go into this, I have a little rant I'm going to go on. Please, if you are doing TurboTax, please make sure you find a wonderful tax accountant to do your taxes, because I had to clean up a lot of craziness from TurboTax. And because that system keeps running the same thing, it doesn't change it. And you're thinking it's changing things for you, but it's not. So be aware that you have to really be on top of TurboTax stuff. It can cost you a pretty penny later. And I had to get my stuff all straightened out from whatever glitches TurboTax has in their stuff. So anyway, I have to say that, because it's only fair to say it if I went through something like that. So you're going to need a spoon. Now, here is the question. When we're talking about gratitude and prosperity, what kind of wood is this? Anybody? I'm only going to have 2 guesses. Is it mango, or is it acai? Which one? Acacia. Which wood is this? Because it has a high frequency, and you want to learn more about that, you'll have to go over to Hank's YouTube channel, or you can go to Black Magics and look up Hank on Black Magic's channel, 363. And Hank talks about this wood, but I'm not going to tell you which one it is. So, the reason why it's important that you have your soup spoon, this is the only thing you use when you are mixing and stirring the pot for your intentions, okay? So, got pen and paper. This is what goes into this prosperity soup, and this is good. So you want to make sure you're in a good space when you do this. You want to have the wonderful ingredients. You want to make sure that when you're stirring in and making your beautiful soup, that you're adding the intention. This is like the perfect time. If you're bored with your food and you're tired of eating the same old thing, go in and make yourself a good soup. Sit in there and just cut things up and humming away and singing and saying, this is what it's going to be for. This is what it is. It's going to taste so good. It's going to be so nourishing. It'll help me detoxify. It'll help me weight loss. It'll help me feel nourished. It'll help me reboot my body. Da 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 da. Because I'm going to tell you what is the prosperity part of all the ingredients that I use to make this soup. Did you know that potatoes, the spiritual concept of the potato is growth, potential wealth, prosperity, hard work, and reward. That's the spiritual energy of a potato. Add that in the mix. Asparagus. Wait till I tell you what asparagus is, other than it's good for the kidneys. That I know from my grandma. So, asparagus, resurrection, growth, and renewal. Talk about divine magic. Who would have ever guessed? Carrots. Are you ready for this? Carrots. Petticatidine. Carrots. Petticatidine for the eyes. Carrots. Fertility and abundance. I'm excited already. Now I went ahead and grabbed some shiitake mushrooms. I wanted to add that into the mix because I like shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms, enlightenment, rebirth, good luck, and longevity. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? Then I chopped up some basil, but not too fine. I took it and just released the essence of it because basil just smells so good. I put some fresh basil in. Basil represents prosperity and money. Okay. I put in a half an onion. You can put in a little bit more of a half an onion if you want. I used a white onion. And that one is for protection and to keep away those evil spirits. Interesting, I like that. Cabbage, I put in a half a head of cabbage and cut it up in cubes. Cabbage represents abundance and prosperity. Who would ever guess? Did you know the cabbage also looks like the human brain? Almost looks like the brain when you look at it and you pull the first layer off, it looks like a brain. No wonder why I feel so good after I eat that. And not to mention when I eat it raw, it's about crunch time and it's all about taking care of my mermaid needs. Crunch, crunch. Yes. Let's continue. Curry. If you're going to add a little bit of curry powder, if you want to kind of spice it up a little bit, you want to get a little bit of spicy something, 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 what do? Yes, please. You're going to add purifying and cleansing to that. Oh my God, yes. Can you imagine? Yeah, add the curry in there. I don't mean get crazy with it, but just add it in there for a little something, something, because that's like your currency. Curry currency. Anyway, then you add some black pepper, pinch of salt, but your black pepper, guess what? Your black pepper's for emotional strength. Now we're talking divine magic here. Can you feel it? I'm feeling it. Now, I took a little cube of butter, just a little bit, say about just a half a cube, naturally made. I put it into the center of the pot. Already added in the water with that. Everything is percolating and doing its thing. After it starts getting all good and starts smelling good, I did this. And you don't have to do this. You can leave it just the way it is. But I like my soups to be kind of on the thick soup, curry, thick side, So now I got the coconut cream. If you have no allergies to coconut, you can add it in because it's very beneficial for flavor. It thickens up your soup, and it just gives that little bit of a push to it. So the coconut cream is for nurturing and sustaining. So one of the beautiful things after you cut everything up, You're putting it in a pot. You're stirring everything in. Now, if you want to add a meat of your choice, you can do that. You can add your beef if you want to make it that. You can add lamb. You can add chicken. If you want to add fish to it, you can do that too. Whatever you want to add to your prosperity soup, you can add it. Okay? Then you take your spoon. Now, your magical spoons are the only things that you use to make your wellness soups. You make your teas, you're going to stir that up. But this is my soup making one. This is like for stews and soups. I'm going to get in there and I'm just going to stirring in my intentions, stirring it all in there, making it really good. You stir it in, stir. And then when you're done stirring in all of your intentions, how you want that beautiful soup to be nourishing to you so that you're receiving it, you then tap the side of the bowl 3 times. It's done. Okay? Your spoon that you use for your wellness and everything, and when you're making soup, is the only thing that you use for doing that. This doesn't go and go make bath bomb stuff later. None of that. You got a separate spoon for that. Just saying. All right. So, those are the ingredients that you can add in. Now, if you want to kind of do extra things to it, you want to add a little bit more, you can do that. But this is just my basic soup that I made. And it's with just the potatoes, the asparagus, the carrots, shiitake mushrooms, basil, onion, cabbage, the curry powder, some black pepper, pinch of salt in there. More than a pinch of salt. You might need like a teaspoon of salt in there because it's a big bowl. Don't do this in a little pot unless you're just going to have just a mini soup. But this is going to be a big pot of soup. Okay? So get that big cauldron out and make it. Don't be afraid of cauldron. It's all about rebirthing. It's all about bringing the magic in. That's what we're doing. Connecting to it. Aligning with it. That's what it's all about. Yes. Anyway, as I was saying, we go into the curry, we go into the coconut cream. If you want to use the coconut milk, you can do that, but I highly suggest the cream is better because you get that little thickening. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can use a little, put starch in, mix that in, or a little bit of flour, just thicken that up if you want to. If not, if you don't want to thicken it up, leave it the way it is. And then put your black pepper in and sprinkle, all right? So that's how you make the prosperity soup. And the prosperity soup, you can serve it with fresh biscuits if you want. Nice sourdough bread. I broke down, you guys. I did. I saw the sourdough bread. I said, what shall we do? I tried to leave it. But then when I looked at the ingredients, I was looking at the back of it, and it didn't have canola oil in it. It didn't have soybean oil in it. It was just natural bread. I said, winner. I'm going to get that. So you can have that if you want to, read your labels, pay attention to your labels. I stay away from things that say bioengineer, I'm like, I ain't got time for that. So, just saying, I gotta kind of keep that soup up going the way you want. So, that's the ingredients for the soup. How is everybody doing on your day? Are you seeing your gratitude? How are you feeling? When you're working with the codes, please continue working with the codes. Might step up a little bit more codes tomorrow, but today I said let's go ahead and take a look at energetically where we really are holding. So you can go and make your prosperity soup if you don't decide to make it today. Today is Yama's day, as well as Saturn. So we are just going to take a look at some activations for some sacred energy here. And just take a look at it. Your message for today is, integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as a negative to harmonize in balance and symphony of life. This is pretty, very pretty. Integrate. Then your next one is going to be your starseed. Today I'm drinking my hibiscus, freshly made with lemon balm herb mixed in and chickweed. Poured gently. Listen, I don't drink, you guys, okay? I don't drink, I don't do drugs, but I try to make this like I'm going to go get some kind of big shot type of drink that's non-interference with my being. Okay, so I put the ice in my glass. I have a purple glass. I have to drink out of a purple glass. And I put the ice in there. And then I said to myself, okay, now let me pour my maple syrup over the ice. So I let it drizzle over the ice. Then I took the natural made limeade. That's just nothing but lime juice. Poured that in just a little bit. Then I took the rest of the hibiscus, the lemon balm, and chickweed tea that I already brewed and poured it over the ice and let it do all its crackling and sound and blending. And then just stirred with intention. Yeah. You won't see me on the news today around 6:30, a special bulletin coming out from Northern California. Because I'll be too calm. I'll be just focused. It's the lemon balm. I'm sure of it. Anyway, let's take a look and see what the starseed cards have for us. Inner Earth. You have survived this. New solutions and beginnings. Oh, did we survive? I don't know if we survived. I think we're just divinely aligning ourselves with what we really want to be into. That's the truth of that. And then last card. And then go start your soup. God, that sounded like we're going to go start a race or something. Go make your soup. Yeah, that's it. And here is your gateway info. What do we got today? Oh, I love this card. Higher heart activation. Dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. This is beautiful. I love this. This card doesn't come up very often. It's always the other activations. So, that's it for how to make the soup. Be good to yourself when you make it and enjoy it, especially if you're here in California. The weather looks kind of doop-de-doo and we don't know what's going on and all that shenanigans, whatever. So make yourself a good soup and put your intentions in it. And that's how you make good healing soup. Now, I'm going to share something. Back in the day when I wasn't doing so hot, and when they went in and took out the tonsils and the cancer cell lymph glands here, that's over 20 years ago. Been cancer-free ever since. Thank you! Ever since that I could not eat regular food. Everything had to be pureed. Everything had to be soft. So in between smoothie drinks and stuff, it felt really good to have a nice, creamy, nurturing soup that my mother made. And she went into the kitchen. She just made a very nice, nurturing soup for me so that I was able to take that in and it would be nourishing to the body after going through all that trauma. But soups are very nurturing to your spirit, very nurturing to your soul. And it's very connecting ancestral. It's very healing. It takes you on a journey. It really connects into every part of your being when you're having the soups, because you're intaking all the nourishment from the broth, from the vegetables that's coming in, where they've been, how they were growing in Mother Earth, when they came up, and now they're in your pot. Now they're stirring in. They're releasing their energy, their beautiful essence into your soup. And now you're going to sit down and be in this very sacred space, having your divine soup with your divine drink. So I want you to have a wonderful divine day. And thank you so much for being patient with me trying to get on here because I had to go find the button how to get on here. So I can't wait to hear how all of you are doing with your codes, how you're activating them. Remember, you write those codes, use a Sharpie, put it on a glass, and circle it, tap it 3 times, drink the water because that activates your cells within you, and just start utilizing it. Hell, if you wanted to drop those codes in the soup and stir in a little 5-1, whatever the code was, and put it into the soup, because I can't remember, I have to look at it, and stir it in and stir it in, then you just put them into the soup. Now you're eating it. I'm going to go do that. Anyway, I want you to have the best day ever. Just have a really good, I'm thinking about the soup. And you have a great day and really enjoy the rest of your day. But I want you to make the prosperity soup, especially if you've been stressing, if you've been doubtful. Go make yourself a pot of soup. It's the best way to connect. All right, lovelies. Be so light. Like and subscribe. And say it with me. I am divinely heard. I am divinely seen. I am divinely loved. And I am divinely alive. Have a wonderful day.